one here with this one.
Right.
But I never saw anything,
No.
so we gotta go, this one has to be, so we cover our base on this group.
Okay. This is for the new radios?
Yes. Yes. So we can put enough pennies together to. Pennies won't do it. Pennies? Yeah, right.
That won't do it.
I am just amazed to see.
So why can't we record standing right here?
The resolution is designated a designated area for cameras.
To make it
You're
fair.
sitting there, you're blocking the folks that sit back there. So we've asked if you will set your camera up in a designated filming area.
How am I gonna set this camera up in a designated filming area? Come on in, join the party. How am I gonna do that? How am I gonna set that up back there?
I don't know.
Well, if I can get rid of this.
So,
feeling.
why do we have a designated area for filming?
Got it, no.
Why?
I handed it.
Why do we have that?
Yeah.
We passed a
I don't know, I had a rack.
You what?
We passed a resolution.
Your resolution doesn't trump my constitutional right to First
No, you
Amendment.
still can film.
Nobody's saying you cannot film, nobody's saying.
Nobody's saying you can't.
My First Amendment right says I can film in any public meeting, any public office. This is open to the public, so here I am.
Absolutely you can.
Yep, so here I am. I'm here to record.
We're just designating an area for cameras.
Well, I can't man the camera back there and stand here and hear you.
Cruise ship?
Mitch, we
So-
asked Mr.
so-
Thomas to go to the
so-
designated filming area.
So would you, so not only do you want to violate my First Amendment right, you also want to violate the ADA, the American with Disabilities Act, being I'm legally partially deaf and can't hear you while you talk.
Supposedly, we got all
I
the
stand here
Americans
and you know every time I've come to one of these meetings, I stand here.
You can stand there.
Well, sure I can stand here. I stand here for a reason. You think I want to stand for 45 minutes? I'd rather sit too, but I can't hear you.
Oh, really?
I can't hear you.
Well, we violated our resolution last week when we let a gentleman sit right there and videotape the whole meeting.
So you're with,
So,
excuse
that's
me,
what
with you?
this is, so
No,
we
no, no,
cover-
he's wanting to
No,
video.
no, I'm with me. I'm a citizen of the Harrison County.
covers our-
I'm here to videotape a public meeting in a public forum. And if you guys choose to violate my right, you'll be listed in the lawsuit too. I have a First Amendment right to stand in a public office and film a public meeting. If they don't want people filming here, it's up to them to make it inaccessible to the public. This whole office is a public spot. It's been tried over and over and it's gone to the Supreme Court. Anywhere the public is allowed to be, the public can record, and you cannot restrict that.
You can film from right back there.
That's restricting it. Now, you're telling me where? Where in the Constitution does it say that I have to stand at the back of the room?
Blocking more than the camera is. Bernie Patty.
We have a resolution.
Yeah.
The resolution does not trump my First Amendment right.
It's better to have the.
Can you sit down and film it?
Well, how can I run my camera and sit down and film it? First of all, yeah, I could sit down if I could hear, but I can't hear.
What if you?
I know exactly what you.
Well, I can't sit there and man my camera. I gotta sit the back of the room.
Okay.
And as you can see, there's no place to sit back there.
You guys had some, I see it.
We can push a
That's
chair
why I
back.
know.
What do you want to
'Cause you
say?
guys have your minutes.
I wanna stand right here and hear the
His
meeting.
camera's not blocking any more than he is. He's blocking more than the
That's
camera.
why-
So you're.
There's a resolution.
It's just like
Resolution.
all your,
Resolution doesn't trump the Constitution.
First Amendment.
you gotta post it. But we post, but we don't have to.
How much meeting we got left?
Put our minutes.
We haven't even
How much
started
meeting
yet.
do we have left?
Starts at 9.
Starts at 9.
Starts at
Oh,
9
okay,
o'clock.
okay, gotcha.
That's why you'll see
Okay.
Rodale, Ron Damon.
This is
Cool.
no.
I don't think it's-
Look, guys, I'm not trying to be an asshole or
No, it's good.
anything.
I'm not trying to be.
Okay,
I don't want
I
to.
can't hear out of this ear.
Yep.
I can hardly hear out of this ear. This is, and these guys will tell you, every time I come to one of these meetings, this is where I
They
stand.
post, theirs is in
I don't
there.
stand here all meeting just because I love to stand and listen to it. I stand it so I can hear it, so I can hear the meeting.
Persia.
And I don't understand we're worried about people back here. Well, what are they gonna see anyway sitting here? Are you kidding me?
No,
What are you
just
gonna
sit
see
there.
sitting down other than the counter?
No, you can just you can sit in the front row if you want. Just set your camera back there.
And how do I run my camera?
It just stays on, doesn't it?
No, I wanna pan around. I can't get everything in my
If you sit
frame.
back there, you can catch photos.
Well, you gonna guarantee the camera's gonna be able to pick you up when I can't hear you back there?
Yeah, I'll guarantee it. She can hear me back there.
Well, she probably hadn't worked on the railroad for 35 years.
You can still sit up here. You can sit in the front row. Anywhere you can sit.
I want to stand right here and record the meeting. Are we hiding something? Are we worried about something?
We're making it work for the president.
What's that?
We could have 20 cameras in here. We want them all to have a spot that they can use.
So if you had a big public meeting and it was some big hot spot issue and you had KMTV and Channel 6 and Channel 3 and KMTV and everybody standing here. Hi. Who are you?
I'm the county attorney.
Well, good. Then you should know more than I do that you can't violate my constitutional right to record a traditional public forum in the courthouse as the de facto.
There certainly is, and you do have that First Amendment right, but we have regulations on where the cameras are. So the cameras can be over in this area, but they're not allowed on the countertop.
No, he told me they're in the back.
Well, the board has discretion to place them, and it's really just to keep order in the meetings.
How does a camera sitting here and with me standing next to it disrupt your meeting?
It's an obstruction of the view behind you,
And them people sitting there can't see nothing because if they're sitting there, all they can see is the counter anyway, so try again.
I'm sorry, that's the resolution, so if you want to film, you'll have to film in the designated area.
Or
I'm
you're
not
on the record here, or
Those are
what?
the meeting rules.
The what?
Those are the meeting rules of order.
Okay, well, that's not gonna fly. This is a public meeting open to the public.
It sure is, and they're allowed to have reasonable regulations on filming. So if you don't want to abide by it,
Show me the law. Show me the law that says that you can
the
restrict
resolution was
my
drafted.
constitutional right to
No
film.
constitutional right has. So I'm going to ask you one more time if you would abide by the meeting regulations, and if not, then I'm going to ask you to stop disrupting the meeting. And if you
The meeting hasn't started yet.
if you continue being disorderly, then we'll have to ask you to leave with your camera. Like, I don't want to make it a big deal.
And
it
if I refuse, say it on record, please. Say it right there to the camera. If I refuse to leave.
If you refuse to not be disorderly at a
Choose your words
meeting,
very carefully here.
if you choose to be disorderly at a meeting, you'll be asked to leave.
I am not being disorderly. Exercising my constitutional right does not mean I'm being disorderly. Try again.
Your rights are to abide by the resolution.
No.
I'm not going to debate the law with you. I'm going to ask you one more time very nicely to abide by the resolution, which has designated a filming area for you to be able to record
Yep, I
under
understand.
chapter 21 and 22.
And you show me in the Iowa Code where you have the right to restrict my constitutional right to record in a public meeting.
I would be happy to do that after the meeting.
No, you should have that ready. You knew this was coming. You got these guys ready to come up here.
I had no idea that we would have a debate on a regulation on the camera.
Well, as soon as this hits YouTube, you're going to have a hell of a lot more people here with cameras. So
I'm not
I'm
worried
asking
about
you
the
one more time to please do not violate my constitutional right to record in the public meeting,
You're
in a publicly
absolutely allowed to
accessible
record.
area.
You're absolutely allowed to record.
I understand that.
And the board is allowed to create a designated area for recording so it doesn't disrupt those watching the meeting. Everyone
And-
has a constitutional right to be able to be at a meeting and to be able to view the meeting.
And to hear?
Pardon?
And to hear the meeting?
Absolutely.
Move to approve the agenda?
I can't hear the meeting sitting back there with my camera.
All in favor?
I think you'd be surprised.
Opposed?
Would I?
Motion carries.
Go ahead and move to the side, please.
Or,
You're disrupting the meeting.
and if I refuse,
I don't.
say it.
I don't think you're gonna refuse. I think you're gonna abide by the meeting
No,
rules.
no, that's not the question I just asked you. If I decline to leave,
We're in a meeting.
what's gonna happen?
Disrupting the meeting right now, sir.
I damn right I'm disrupting this meeting.
All right, that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you gonna arrest me?
I'm not gonna arrest.
No, no. I need it on film.
Can you sit down?
And if I
Or at least
don't,
quit talking so we can continue with the meeting?
they can continue with the meeting.
Hey, they're giving you a
Let's
front
go.
row seat, man, go take it.
What's that?
Take that front row seat,
I
save your
mean,
bones.
and wait, you're close and you can hear and,
Can you turn your camera around and sit in that front seat?
Yeah, just set your camera
just
down.
so we can
No,
continue.
he can hold his camera.
Well, that's what I don't understand. Okay, tell you what, how about if I do this and I sit right here? Now, the only person that's getting their view disrupted is me. How's that? Will that work?
Let's move on.
Yep.
I move to approve the invoice for 8121 for the CNR levy.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Now we have the Little Sioux and Crane County Drainage District 2026 drainage assessment.
Monona County approved these last week with the numbers they came up with. For the Little Sioux County, it's gonna be a 65% assessment in the amount of $46,061. And the Crane for a 236.18% in the amount of $9,441.
I'll move to approve the assessments, Little Sioux 65%, and the Crane, did you say 286?
236.
236.18.
236.18.
And this is,
This is for drainage assessment.
right, but this is to catch up on the work that's been done so far.
This would be just to pick up the debt to get what's needed. This is just, I don't know their exact, let's see. Yeah, they didn't give me a reasoning. It's usually to catch up to a negative balance or to pay for a future project. It's never like of this year. It's always for this.
Monona County already approved these.
Yeah. A second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have discussion action with Rick Shear. Rick was here and left. He did give us a number of 37.5.
$37.5, right?
No, I took it as 37,000.
37,500.
Yes.
They're gonna have to replace this whole tube. He showed me pictures. There's massive holes in it,
Oh,
and it's a big concern of his, and he wanted to get it done this year because he just feels like it's gonna get worse.
And it has been getting worse. He's been monitoring it.
Right, I'm just like, where, you know, where,
That would have been Rick.
okay.
I wasn't prepared for.
Okay.
He would have been able to tell you all that.
And then we will assess it back to them, right?
Yeah,
Drainage
yep,
district.
yep, and I'm doing those right now, so I'd be able to crunch in the numbers easily. That's why I asked him if he could do it today, so I could do that.
Okay. And did you make a motion?
I can't read it.
Make a motion to approve the 37,500 for the Soldier Valley Drainage District for tube replacement project.
Second.
Any further
Trying to find
discussion?
a shaky spot.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Do I need to sign these, Michelle?
Yes. And you might have highlighted on mine where you sign. They sent me the original records. So it'd be at the third page, this one for you, fourth page, the fifth page. So you should have, and then the last page for altogether. And I'll go back through and make sure I got everything. I'll leave that in.
There's something else you can do.
Yep, sounds good. Thank you very much.
We have some time before the public hearing. We have minutes from May 7th, maybe?
Make a motion to approve the minutes from May 7th.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And we have the minutes from last night's candidate forum. Is there a
Make a motion to approve the minutes from May 13th.
I will second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Did get the 10.
I do know, we gotta get that one last one done.
Yeah. You gotta plant his sons right here.
Oh, it was
Is
those
that
two,
what
and
it-
now it's this one.
Give it 10 minutes.
Yes.
We have to wait for.
Yeah, everything's listed as 9:15, so I can even jump ahead on stuff.
Is that from this week, Brian? Your. I'll,
You have the two resolutions. Right. There should be copies for everybody here.
Okay.
Yeah, there should be 3 copies of each.
Megan, is there something besides what, is there something? Ryan had just, had last year's
That was just a primary. I'm sorry? Your name or character? He's gonna retire.
I was looking over here.
They never even know about this. Do you? Mow yard?
Pretty good sized yard, Well, it makes it flat and square though. You don't have a lot of flat rows. I'm almost completely out of listing.
Oh, really?
Well, sorry, putting the chair back in.
I would say, aren't you, you're gonna use yours? Okay.
In some ways it's good, in other ways it's not.
Yeah.
But yeah, this time of year, it used to be a gas price went up, our business completely any more than what it used to.
Well, they can do it, that's working from home.
So Todd, working from home. You got the mosquito killed at the park. Cost of living was cheaper. So they can pay that difference. Sure.
He's playing with me.
It's pretty good. You would think it would be completely dead. Gas, 6 months ago, but it has maybe slowed just a little. Not
There's gonna be somebody around.
You can't go to that. 69, and then it went to $1, and then it went to $2. I'm sure people would do that. And then $4. But I'm sure people
I think people know that this is a temporary fix, it's not going to stay there. I think everybody does, you know, those times when it went from 60 cents to $1, $1.50, they knew that was permanent. And it was more, it was harder on them, they knew that it was gonna stay there.
I just noticed that. I was typing my thing again.
I mean, he'll get that.
February 2nd, I was in Sioux City, this February, just a few months ago. I paid $2.02 at Sam's. I changed another week, it might be another $2.
That now.
And guess not, now it's doubled.
How are you doing?
You know, I mean,
We had 3 deer Lost Hills Trail on our way home. Because we went out to Arby's and she says, well, should we go to the interstate or the old highway? I said, oh, just go to the old highway. Your next driver was right on the front. I know. Figure out how to work it now.
You made a resolution, or something, no, they're just giving you.
Come on, I know that you guys run into that.
You figured out how they don't care.
And the turkey buzzard is neat too. Is that right?
How are you? I was gonna say, how do we turn the fan on?
That's a good question.
Go for it. Caution that it might throw dust, or it might not work.
Is there a switch?
I bet there's a switch
There's
somewhere.
gotta be a switch somewhere.
You can open more windows.
It's a mystery.
Open this one here.
Is it warm?
Yeah, I am.
Huh. I'm curious.
Decorative use only.
You want to comment?
Yeah, it's reverse, it's an ornament.
All right, it's 9:15, I'll open the public hearing. For interfund loan to Harrison County E911 Board. We met with the 911 board and discussed options for a console upgrade. What came out of that meeting was EMA is going to fund a portion, 911 will fund a portion, and then the other option was for the Board of Supervisors to approve an inter-county fund
For loan.
for a loan. So it's a 0% interest loan to the 911.
And this will be paid back by that fee that comes on your phone bill.
What was the amount we settled on?
Not to exceed 150. That's what you requested.
And you paid back by the 31st, or 2031.
Yep.
Since you're here, Mitch,
Yeah, shoot, our way.
you wanna,
So just give you a little explanation of what this is. So, this is a council, for our 911 stations. The council itself is how we send out radio to law enforcement, fire, EMS in the county. It's a necessary upgrade. Ours is currently, reaching end of life. A product that's been out for a few years, has the bugs worked out of it, is now available to us. And we're looking at approximately a 20-year life on this console. It's good to buy in the early stages. It's fiscally responsible because there's a cost incentive there. We're looking at like approximately a 10% increase in the price of this product every year that we don't buy it. And then obviously getting more shelf life out of this product if we get it now versus 5, or not 5 years from now, but like three years from now. So to kind of explain what it is, it's basically the brain that kicks out the stuff to all of our towers and our radios. So all of our tones that go off, how we dispatch different departments, all that kind of stuff. So some of the behind the scenes stuff that's really high tech. That's the high level overview I've given of it. So any further questions on that at all?
my understanding is we're better off to do it now before things aren't backed up and.
Yeah, so what we don't want to do, because this is a critical service, is have it interrupted by maybe a delay or get it done prior to our current product reaching end of life. So it's just tackling it now versus last minute, given there is a bump in the road or something, that we can run the two side by side for a little bit and ensure we don't have issues with the new stuff that we put in, and still be able to have all the capability that we do to get out our emergency services.
I will read the resolution before we close the public hearing. Whereas pursuant to notice published as required by law, the Board of Supervisors has held a public meeting and a hearing upon the proposal to institute proceedings for the authorization of a loan agreement in an amount not to exceed $150,000 to the Harrison County E911 Board in order to provide funds to pay the cost of new radio equipment. And whereas the funds will be taken out of the county's general basic fund no later than June 30th, 2027. Whereas the Harrison County E911 Board will repay the loan by no later than June 30th, 2031. An interest rate of 0% will be charged to the Harrison County E911 Board on this loan. Therefore, be it resolved, the Harrison County Board of Supervisors hereby agrees to the following. To loan the Harrison County E911 Board an amount not to exceed $150,000 no later than June 30th, 2027 from the general basic fund to the E911. Loan will carry an interest rate of 0%. Repayment no later than June 30th, 2031. Any comments from the public? Megan, did we receive anything in writing? Okay.
I just have a question. We're saying that no later than 2031, but is there a plan as far as how fast you'd like to pay it back?
So the plan, I think and I discussed this with Megan a little bit, is to split the payments up equally during that time frame. So, like a yearly payment. So.
And to me, this makes sense because we're not paying interest
Yeah.
to that company that way.
Yeah. So it's a better way to go.
Is there a motion to close the public hearing?
Move to close the public hearing.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Now we have consider approval of the resolution.
I was on, sorry.
What do you want to make?
Sure. Make a motion to approve the resolution 2026-009.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? We will do a roll call. Rebecca?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
And I'm a yes.
Do you have a separate loan agreement there then?
What's that?
Do you have a separate loan agreement?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah.
I do.
I'll move to approve the loan agreement with the Harrison County 911 Board.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Engineer?
Update, I guess we're trying to get the mowing done on Memorial Day, so I think we should be pretty close on the pavements and on the gravels now. We'll get that wrapped up before Memorial Day. Should have a grader delivered pretty soon for this fiscal year still.
Did that replace one of the last John Deere we had? Is that?
All the John Deeres are gone
Okay.
now, so yeah, we have 2 machines are closing on 11,000 hours, so we're trying to get those out, I guess. So we need those both to come in for the fiscal year's over, so one should be soon. Other than that, the grass is growing fast, I guess. We're still working on Jasper. Those portions of road were both level A, so we've always gotten state aid for those to be level A. They just haven't been maintained, and I'm not sure how the signs have moved, but.
I forwarded that text to your email.
Yeah, sometimes just gotta fix that, and whoever there is gonna fix up the level B. There's been some concerns on costs. I guess we own the equipment, we're paying the employees, the costs are just prioritization of our time and diesel at this point, so I'd like to see us make more effort on level B roads as it is, I guess. They get a lot of use in this county, so. So wherever there, we'll get that done.
I see Canal Street's closed in Missouri Valley.
Canal Street's still closed. I'm waiting on a proposal from our contractor. Thought they could come in and get it done on the weekend, but I haven't seen the proposal yet, so I'll hit them up.
They're gonna drive some pilings to beef it up or something?
No, it's a pier cap that's rotten and crushed, so the abutment, the abutment kind of fell into the dirt. It's not really gonna go anywhere, but I don't really want it to fall in the dirt and let traffic drive on that, because I'm not sure what's gonna happen. But, so they just need to come in and put a new abutment cap in there. I haven't found that we own the equipment to do it. I'm kind of looking into getting jacks and other stuff, so.
Is that wood? That button?
Yeah, it's wood.
Okay.
It's like 12 inches thick, and now it's squished down about 6 in one corner anyway, so.
So you're looking for a temporary fix to open that back up?
Yeah, and it's just gonna go back to the rating it had before. I think it was 18 ton, so we'll get back to that, and hopefully that holds up until the bypass work is done, because we don't really want to put a new bridge in there.
Is there a way to pressure the DOT on the bypass? That was a hot topic last night.
They said, we're kind of in a meeting, they made some progress, so they got to pass the design phase, and I think they're moving into right-of-way now. So right-of-way is probably another year process. There's a lot of railroad agreements they have to get. And I think the railroad was pressuring them for, I can't remember how long the span was, but it was kind of ridiculously long. It was like a river span sort of thing, and they're gonna have to figure that out. That would be a lot of money. But then they're talking about 1.4 million yards of dirt has to come in there, which is a lot of fill. So I'm not looking forward to how that comes in or what road that's gonna wreck. Yeah, it's gonna wreck some roads too. So yeah, I have a feeling it's probably 2 or 3 years out at least still. But I had 2 resolutions on the agenda, but I dated them wrong. So I'll bring them back next week if that's okay with everybody. Thanks, Megan, for pointing that out.
I saw that this morning and I was like, Why are we approving last year's wages?
It's hard to date things 27 when you're still in 26,
Yeah.
or beginning of 26, so, yeah, I missed that one, so I'll fix those and bring those back.
Okay. Anything else for John?
What did we put in the budget for non-union wages?
2%.
Okay. So is, all right, we can talk about it next week.
Or you can talk about it, but.
So the 75 cents is a cheaper option?
You gave the union 75 cents, and the non-union 2%, so as the wages scale out, you know, it hits everybody a little different. I'd like to keep everybody the same, just trying to keep the gap the same, but yeah, if you did the 75 cents, it's like $340 cheaper. That was 75 cents to myself too, so that's probably went through the calculation one way or the other. So there's, I think, 3 of us that lose some cents and everybody else gains a few cents, and it just kind of keeps everybody even. So I would like that for the harmony of the department, but you did set 2%, so I thought I'd better ask before you go.
The 75 cents is cheaper?
Overall, yeah.
Yeah, so as long as it's cheaper,
$300, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Just to
it's
keep
a
the
push, yeah.
continuity, yeah.
The way overtime works, I don't
Yeah.
know,
Okay.
so that's the 2 options I wanted you guys to look at. I'll bring back those next week with the proper dates on them. Apologize for the error.
Thanks, Jim.
Thanks, John. Consider approval
Do you have that resolution in loan agreement so Glenn can take his?
for what?
Glenn needs a copy.
Oh, yes, I do.
And the copies of it.
Could you make me a copy of the one too? Also, the top one there? Thanks.
Then you can go have your meeting.
How many copies we need?
Well, you don't need to bring them back in, but so then you can take your EMA board to go have your meeting.
Just Rebecca wants.
Just me. I just want a copy of that top one, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Next, we have consider approval of fiscal year 27 salaries.
So we didn't do this already?
I thought we had
Yeah.
two.
So you approve the 2%, but this is approving what the actual wage
Well, just-
is.
Okay.
You guys will look this over?
Yeah.
Is there a motion to approve?
I'll move to approve the posted FY '27 salaries.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries.
And I'm opposed for the same reason I was when we discussed it before.
Which was?
I don't agree with some of the raises.
Department bank reconciliations, do you have any of those? Thank you. Thank you. Is there a handcuff key? Thank you.
think so.
Next we have discussion action on job duties for the risk manager.
No copy.
Yeah. This is what Rochelle handed us last week. You guys looked that over.
Yep.
Thoughts on it? Sarah, you reviewed this as well last week.
I did review it. I think it would be prudent to attach the actual plan.
Yeah, I have what you see there.
You want to add something to that?
I think just an attachment that incorporates the plan.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I like that it says safety coordinator,
Yeah,
risk manager, just
yeah.
doesn't sound right.
So do you want a motion on this with that attachment? Is that how you want to do it? With the IWC attachment?
Yes.
As the actual posting?
Okay.
I'll move to approve the job duties to the risk manager with the addition of the safety plan from IWC. IWC.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Now we need to take action on whether or not we're going to post the position.
Do we have a choice?
Well,
We
no,
still
John
have to
does,
officially.
you do internal posting and then you do an external posting, correct?
But we don't, my understanding is we either have to have this position or department heads have to do it. Is that, am I right?
From the plan?
The department heads are part of the committee that meets monthly.
Right,
This is kind of the coordinator of all of that.
right. So we don't really have a choice. We have to have.
From what I
this.
understood, yeah.
Yeah.
I do think we need to, I mean, we've condensed this description down. I think we need to consider the salary at a different rate.
Okay.
I would recommend $6,000. I think the time spent on this, $500 a month, should handle it.
Okay.
We're paying $1,000 a month.
I guess it depends on, could we do a range?
I would be okay with that. We got the final determination.
It, like we talked about, I don't think it's going to get less, whoever does this job, I don't think it's going to get less time. It's a matter of, and we don't want to limit it to the point where someone is says, they're not gonna do basically what needs to be done because they're not getting paid enough.
So what would your range be, 0 to 6,000?
I would say between 4 and 8. I mean, that way you're covering the 6,000. And you can always go less if they say they're not spending that much time.
Do we need to, should we have added that to the posting?
Yeah, and I think we post it internal.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I don't think we wanna hire
I don't
extra.
know.
I don't know anybody that would want to come in and do this.
To do that.
position.
Yeah.
Okay.
I make a motion that we internally post the risk, or safety coordinator, risk manager job position with a salary range of 4,000 to 8,000.
Second.
Any further
Do
discussion?
you have a closing date
Until
or application
filled?
date?
Until filled.
We'll have to have a separate agenda item to determine when we're going to interview. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I have a question on that. If this is done internally within the county, do they do that during their normal work hour schedule, or is this additional?
Yes.
Gonna depend on who it is.
We have discussion action on controlled services contract. This has been in there for months.
Months. No, I was waiting to get the,
Cost.
there's that second page that goes with it, what's behind?
Published rates.
Yeah, those are the discount rates you get by signing the contract for when they come out and do services.
You know, they've always done it because it's their system.
It's
right?
their system, so
So control services is
HVAC.
Yeah.
and that, we talked about that last year, we don't really have a choice but to go with them.
They're the ones that win proprietary system, you're right. For the most part, it works pretty good, doesn't it?
I'm not gonna say anything, because, yes, for the most part, we have.
Okay.
I hate it when over barrel stuff would be.
Yep.
You see that?
Is there hourly rate?
Contract?
So that's, yeah, if they come out for other work
Okay.
not covered under the maintenance contract, we get the discount hourly rate. But then everything under the contract
Okay.
is covered
How
through the
much,
maintenance contract.
how much is, how often do they have stuff that's not covered under the contract, do you know? Just
Depends on the time of the year. Right now, we haven't had them out here at all, but in the winter when, yeah, in the winter and in July when air conditioners
So this
break.
is really a time and materials contract, we're just selecting them as the person that does it. Because they're still gonna charge us by the call.
Well, those are, so they do maintenance, so they do
That's covered.
two services
Okay.
annually on all units, okay? Plus it runs the system.
Contract.
No.
Are they able to do that some stuff remotely?
Yes. You guys approved that last year, which has helped us.
Mhm. It saves on the service calls.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're still paying service, like, time, but we're not paying for them to drive out here.
Travel time.
Right. Okay, make a motion to approve the control services contract.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Now we have the final invoice for Frank Design for the courthouse entry.
I think it turned out pretty good from last week.
Yeah, they've worked at it.
Yeah. Did they finish those doors and everything?
They finally got them done,
Okay.
but we have had Kirk back out twice already. And we did have an independent company out, which Kirk Larson did cover the cost of that to fix this door.
Over here.
Matt Pitt fixed this one. But
Okay. Was it not swinging right, or?
the pins are falling and they're not staying unlocked.
Okay. Should be a warranty thing, right?
That's why Kirk has covered it.
Okay.
But Matt did fix this one the first time.
We have 1 year warranty on it.
From what date, can I see that?
I don't know, is it this tells us?
No, I don't.
It started on the last walkthrough.
September. I don't know. Feels like this project has been
It
forever.
was cold that day.
Yeah.
Was it?
It was later than that,
I want to say it was in December that we,
yeah.
because they had to come back and replace.
Yeah, and that does show that they are taking off like $1,500 or $1,900. Frank Design Group is, because they went over their not to exceed amount,
Okay.
because they had to come out so many times.
I'll move to approve the invoice to Frank's Design Group in the amount of $5,239.87 for the final payment for the courthouse entry replacement project.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Consider approval of handwritten warrant for U.S. Bank in the amount of $8,185.14.
Maybe you went over all these?
I've looked at them too. I'll move to approve the handwritten warrant to U.S. Bank in the amount of $81.85.14.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Does have anything else?
I chatted with David since we had a Board of Health meeting last night. The only, couple things, we have, one of the things he said is homemakers. Actually, because a lot of people are on sliding scale, we are on a our services we provide cost more than what we actually take in typically. Even with money we get from the state.
Yeah.
That was my understanding of what he said. They were a little bit behind on home health, 35,000 behind, but that's because a lot of that's, it's billed
billed
out. No, just for home health for services.
Okay.
But then it comes in, it comes in,
Okay.
it comes in to cover that, so, because a lot of that's Medicare
Right.
type of stuff.
Take forever.
But otherwise, I think it was good. I think they're all good over there. There was a rural health initiative about combating cancer, prevention and screening. There's possibly some money for radon kits. I gotta look in a little bit more about that. And then there is immunization services. We get $5,000 from the state, I believe it is, for immunizing farm workers because they are concerned with them transmitting the bird flu. But they are going to be stricter. In the past, they haven't been as strict as what a farm worker was, but I guess the state is going to be more strict on that.
Sure, we have a lot of birds in this county, mostly family ones.
Yeah, I'm not saying I agree with it, but that's just the fact of what the state money that comes down, the $5,000. But otherwise, I think everything's good over there.
Anything else on the state plans to take over public health or anything like that?
That we didn't get into because he had come here. There was legislation, some of the legislation didn't, they aren't going to do it, yeah. So that's actually good. But the SF 2432 died.
Oh, did?
So yeah.
Good.
And the ECI boards, the SF 2488 was significantly changed. So that I guess is a good thing.
Yeah.
They are going to do a 2-year implementation plan, is what he says on public health systems alignment. So we'll see. David stays up on that really good. I do know there's car seats still available.
I just had a question on SB 2500, the trustees thing, did that pass?
Okay, made it through the Senate, but then they didn't make it any further.
Yeah, that would have been a mess.
We'd be out there mowing cemeteries.
I mean, you might.
I didn't know we would go to public comment. The board will now allow 30 minutes for comments from the public. The board will call speakers in the order in which they have signed up on the form provided. Each speaker is limited to no more than 3 minutes for speaking and must first state his or her name for the record. Comments should be directed to the board as a whole and should refrain from personal attacks or from addressing individual employees or citizens. Comments should also be limited to one topic. Detailed information about the public comment policy is available upon request. Today we have one. That is Cheryl.
My name is Cheryl Hellstrom, and I live in Missouri Valley. Last night I was at the forum, and they were talking about actually filming and stuff, and they made it sound like the county were doing the filming. I was at the resolution meeting, so I knew that you guys weren't doing it, but the public thinks that you are. And I think that you should do it. And I also, another thing that was asked last night is about having a meeting. And that was my question in the evenings. But I said once a month. If you could do one meeting so that people that do work could come. Because even if you do film the meetings, which I think they should be filmed. People can't make public comments if they can't be there for the meetings. And I think that that would be a public service for the community. If we could make a resolution too, maybe one night a month, and maybe those employees, because that was one of the objections, that too many people would have to come in and pay overtime. Well, maybe they start later, that one day a month, and then they could come and be part of the meeting too. So, thank you.
Thank you. That's it.
I do have one clarification on the recording, just for public awareness. The board did adopt a formal resolution under 2026-007, and it designates recording areas for the meetings. The board requests that all attendees would comply with this. It was executed under Iowa Code. It's 331.301 paren 5, and that allows the board to create reasonable measures that are content neutral, that are reasonable, that are applied equally. And the reason that the board did that was for an orderly meeting, a meeting that allows visibility, a meeting that allows the counter to remain open for business papers, for executive orders to be placed. And so I believe that the resolution that was drafted is very much in accord of Chapter 21. Chapter 21 allows you to video, but it allows you to video in a fashion that isn't interfering with the meeting. So in the future, if a person makes a determination that they're not going to abide by a publicly drafted and published resolution, the chairperson has the ability to maintain order within the meeting. And the chairperson can ask that person to comply with their new resolution. And if that person chooses not to comply with the resolution, then the chairperson absolutely has the authority to maintain order, and they can ask that person to leave. And if that person chooses to be disorderly, if that person chooses to delay a meeting time, that chairperson can ask law enforcement to escort that person out. And at that point, under very extreme circumstances, if that person chooses to continue to be disruptive and chooses to interfere with that, that's when it escalates. But I have no doubt that you folks understand that the meaning behind this recording resolution is not to impede the ability to disseminate the meetings. It is merely to allow people to see, allow exits not to be impeded, and to keep the meetings safe and orderly. And if there are any other questions regarding transparency, any other questions regarding consequences or circumstances, I implore you to reach out to our office. I'm happy to answer them, and I'm hopeful that going forward, we can have meetings that comply with the order that the board has requested, and we can do it at the same time that we're sharing public information with the community.
Thank you. Your 3 minutes are up.
We have a.
Thank you for that.
Is that election conference?
So along that line then, Sarah, I would ask why last week we didn't do anything about the fact that we had someone in the front row videotaping.
I think, like I said, it's content neutral. I believe last week was a little bit different because the person that was videotaping in the front row had an obvious physical handicap, and he wasn't utilizing the countertop. He was not disruptive. And I think that there's grace that goes along with it. So if a person isn't able to